Assalamualaikum and greeting to all who watch my video. My name is Hajatul Azwat Binti Zainal with metric number AN180249. My main supervisor is Engineer Technologist Muhammad Izzuddin bin Mahidin. My co-supervisor is Encik Muhammad Faiz bin Abdul Latif, and my industrial supervisor is Ms. Tan Siu Ling from YTL Construction. In this video, I would like to present my final year project 1 entitled The Study of Land Matter Issue as a Factor Affecting in Project Planning for Gemas Johor Bahru Electrified Double Track Project GJBEDTP and Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit Line 1 Project KVMRT in Malaysia. In this presentation, I will include an introduction, literature review, methodology, expected result and also conclusion of my project. Introduction. Nowadays, rail transportation plays a vital role in the Malaysia's economy, particularly as a mode of transportation in the mining and agriculture industry, as far as being the primary mode of intercity and interstate passenger transportation. In addition, this railway transportation system is way more benefit than the road transportation in terms of cost, such as fuel usage, where it is only apart from the cost of road transportation such as car. Also, it does give benefit to the customer, such as saving in time and cost, as due to the speed of this transportation, as it is very swift with the range of 80 to 120 km per hour. Moreover, it resulting in less traffic congestion on the road. According to the benefits and high demand of railway transportation, Government of Malaysia has taken an initiative for establishment of a new railway operating structure such as Gemas Johor Bahru Electrified Double Track Project GJBEDTP, East Coast Railway Line ECRL, and many more. However, despite all effort and initiative from the government, there are few factors that affecting the project planning of the construction project. For example, land matter issues, inclement weather, economic condition, and so on. Factor affecting that related to the study, which is the land matter issue, does give major impact to the project planning of infrastructure for construction project, such as delay in project deliveries, increasing of expenses, and also failing to fulfill quality standard. Hence, this study is proposed to determine the land matter issue as a factor affecting in project planning, focusing on different type of railway lines in terms of infrastructure of railway construction project. This include the intercity railway line, namely Gemas Johor Bahru Electrified Double Track Project GJBEDTP, and also the urban railway line such as the Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit Line 1 Project KVMRT. The construction industry is critical to the country's economic growth as it improves the quality of life and living standard of Malaysia. However, it faced difficulties in the construction project, including delay in meeting deadlines and budgets, construction waste, low productivity, and so on. Railway construction project also encounter the delays, which one of it is land issues, as considering to the vast area of land required for this type of project, where it has become a major concern. This is because it may disrupt the land of other communities, which it affects the most in project planning of the construction project. Even so, there are many different types of railway line in Malaysia, and how actually do they differ in terms of how they are influenced by land issue during construction. Therefore, this study wants to analyze and compare the different from one another in terms of project planning and infrastructure for construction project in Malaysia. The objective of this study is to determine the factor affecting in project planning for Gemas Johor Bahru Electrified Double Track Project GJBEDTP and Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit Line 1 Project KVMRT. Next, to analyze the land matter issue as a factor affecting in project planning for Gemas Johor Bahru Electrified Double Track Project GJBEDTP and Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit Line 1 Project KVMRT. Last but not least, to validate and to compare the land matter issue between Gemas Johor Bahru Electrified Double Track Project GJBEDTP and Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit Line 1 Project KVMRT. This study is focusing on the land matter issue as a measure of factor affecting in project planning for railway construction. Also, it is specifically studied on two different types of railway line, which are Gemas Johor Bahru Electrified Double Track Project GJBEDTP, the intercity railway line, and the urban railway line is Mass Rapid Transit MRT. Moreover, this study will analyze the last year's problem of land matter issue reported in Gemas Johor Bahru Electrified Double Track Project, while for the MRT, the data will be collected from past research paper. The urban railway line, which is MRT, will be focusing on Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit Line 1 project KVMRT instead of the other two lines that still in construction phase. Literature review. Malaysia's economic growth in railway construction has been demonstrated to be expanding and benefiting the country, where it generates income and improves the quality of life. Also, this transportation system is big scale, longer implementation duration, very highly complex and has complicated size circumstance, and also require a massive investment as well as numerous stakeholders. Chapman and Nguyen et al. Had proven that 90% from 258 transportation projects discovered are facing the over budget, with the average cost overrun for rail project totaling 45%. This is also related to the delay in timeline because according to the Iron Triangle by Stoch-Sitovic, cost, time and quality are three keys that a project needs to meet in order to deliver the project successfully and fulfill the customer's requirement. Gemas Johor Bahru Electrified Double Track Project GJBEDTP is comprises of building electrical cabling over a 197 kilometers with 12 stations between Johor Bahru and Gemas Negeri Sembilan, where this project is substituting the existing single line with a double track. The project began a few months after May 2018, with SIPP-YTL Consortium become the Malaysia subcontractor of the project. The travelling time between the Kuala Lumpur and Johor Bahru on this route will be reduced from 7 to 4 hours. This will be a more appealing option than the interstate buses, which presently take 4.5 hours to travel between the two cities even when traffic is light. The EDTP also will enable the new electric train service (ETS) to operate at a top speed of 140 km per hour once completed. Besides, the average travel speed is expected to be around 100 km per hour, as passengers travelling between Kuala Lumpur and Johor Bahru would stop at station along the way. On the other side, Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit Line 1 project KVMRT is a 46 km Kajang line, which it is the first line of the Klang Valley MRT project that starts at Sungai Buloh and passes through the centre of Malaysia's capital city before stopping at Kajang. This project has 24 stations on the line, where 7 of them are located at the underground. On 16 December 2016, the Phase 1 of Kajang line from Sungai Buloh to Semantan began service, while on 17 July 2017, the Phase 2 of this project, which run from Semantan to Kajang, began operations, allowing trains to operate the full alignment. This solely biggest project of Malaysia is entail the construction of a rail-based public transportation network such as LRT, monorail, KTM commuter, and so on. Nevertheless, for this type of project that has a large scale and require a large amount of land acquired, it has become a factor affecting the project planning, namely land matter issue. Ladies and gentlemen, residential space, power, roads, railway, airports, and other fundamental infrastructure are some of these examples of the construction sector in Malaysia. Construction projects are affected by a global challenge known as delays and cost overruns, and being a major issue for years. Although the delays occur in practically every construction project, and their length vary greatly from one to the next, as well as ranging from a few days to many years. Furthermore, this delay affects the schedule, cost-effective and high-quality completion of construction projects. As related to the study, railway transportation also faced this kind of challenges during the construction phase. As previously said, the rail and road infrastructure are some of indeed necessary by both society, but however, both of these infrastructure encounter delays and cost overrun during the construction. Both rail and road infrastructure experience similar issue, but rail infrastructure is the emphasized since the availability issues are more severe due to the rail infrastructure system interconnectedness. In addition, the rail infrastructure is more restricted, which make the improvement become more difficult. Since these two types of infrastructure share commonalities such as large scale of project referring to the land that need to be acquired, long lifespan with ranging from 40 to 60 years as it needs frequent maintenance and reconstruction to maintain the system operational during this decade, then necessitate a large number of resources and also has a significant impact on overall environmental pressure. Hence, this is why I use the road infrastructure as to complement the research for the rail factor affecting that causes delay, which this study will review from Rivera et al. That discover the 35 developed country for the delay in road construction. Move to the next part, which is the land matter issue in infrastructure of construction project, where it is categorized by 4 issues, which are land acquisition as the most arise issue during the construction phase, land ownership, land payment, and land reserve. As I mentioned before, the land acquisition has the most arise issue for land matter issue in Malaysia. This land acquisition is governed by the Land Acquisition Act of 1960 LAA 1960 as stipulated a constitutional framework for public authorities, particularly the state authority, to acquire land for any public purpose construction. Next, the major purposes of the LAA 1960 is to avoid situation where some unwilling landowners are forced to give their land to the state authority in exchange for a larger sum of money. Also, the government may acquire land against the will of the landowner, but this must be done in the public interest rather than the private interest of the appropriated. Hence, this is why the land acquisition is critical to the timely and smooth accomplishment of railway project, as if the private landowner disagreed during the land acquisition, then it will risk the project timeline. Herewith I attach the figure of land matter issue in 2021 for GJBEDTP, which consists of 13 issues in total. The yellow column indicates the issue that have been solved by the GJBEDTP team, while the white column is the issue that's still in progress. From the figure, we can see that the most of the issue arises are land acquisition, where it affects the construction and also the design. Therefore, the construction phase cannot be proceeded until the issue has been solved, which this can lead to the time and cost overrun. Move to the next, which is land matter issue in KVMRT Line 1 project. This project began in 2011 and the procedure was separated into 5 stages, with 3 stages including land in Kuala Lumpur's federal territory and 2 stages involving land in Selangor. MRT Corporation has stated that some of 516 lots were recognized and potentially being purchased for the MRT project. However, only 406 lots were gazetted for acquisition under Section 8 from Land Acquisition Act of 1960, which are 256 lots were in Selangor, while the other 150 lots were in Kuala Lumpur Federal Territory. By the end of the review from MRT Corporation that stated in Annual Progress Report of 2017, the total number of signed the mutual agreement by the landowner for the Sungai Buloh Kajang Line is 51 by September 2017. Methodology. The data collection for this study is collected by 3 categories, which is the first one is article review that obtained the past research paper related to the KVMRT Line 1 project. However, the land data for GJBEDTP will obtain from the project team as data collection. A parameter review on land issue in terms of land acquisition, land payment, land ownership, and land reserve will be looked into both projects from the past research paper and also from the industrial data in order to analyze and compare the factor affecting in project planning for infrastructure of construction project. Then, the analysis of data will took by table and chart as to compare for both projects, where then a discussion will be made in order to validate the land matter issue as a factor affecting in project planning for infrastructure of a construction project. Last but not least, the conclusion and recommendation will provide in this study. Expected result. The expected result for this study is to achieve all the research objective as well as the factor affecting that can be determined by using the land data GJBEDTP and past research paper that related for review of literature. Also, the data that has been analyzed can give idea on parameter and factors in an issue that affect the most between both railway lines. In addition, there are probably the land matter issues such as the land acquisition needs to be rerouted if it is uncontrollable and delay certain project the most. Next, the parameter for both projects was expected different from each other as they are differing in type of railway line, hence the land acquired is also different. Last but not least, the comparison between GJBEDTP and KVMRT Line 1 project can help the future construction manager to aware of the factor affecting in project planning specifically for land matter issue as to avoid in delay and cost overrun, which then can lead to take care of quality of the project. Conclusion. In a conclusion, the factor affecting in project planning for Gemas Johor Bahru Electrified Double Track Project GJBEDTP and Klang Mass Rapid Transit Line KVMRT can be determined. Also, the comparison between both projects can be validated in scope of land matter issue as a factor affecting in project planning for infrastructure of construction projects. Lastly, this study could assist the future contractor, project manager or any party involved in the infrastructure of construction project for development of any strategy that is more effective in overcoming the delays in any construction. Gantt chart. Here is the planning activities or Gantt chart for my final year project 1. Thank you for watching my video.